All right. Hello, Penumbuddies.
Hello, hello, hello.
Wow,
Holy shit, this episode.
wow, 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 wow.
Holy fuck.
Where do
Like,
we even start with this?
this is the first episode in a while for me that I'm just like, yes, this is it. This, is the kind of plot that I want from Penumbra. This is the kind of character development I want from Penumbra. I feel like recent episodes have kind of hit one or the other for me.
Yeah.
And I think then this particular episode, I think, hit the character development, the character interactions, and the plot that I wanted.
Woo!
Oh, sweet spot. What
I
did you
was a
think?
little. I loved so much about this episode. Like, loved, loved, loved. I'm not in love with the episode. I haven't really figured out why yet. I think it's because it was a little bit confusing for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've only listened twice, but it was just a little difficult for me to keep track of exactly what was going on, which kind
Yeah.
of slowed me down a little bit. But it was just the euphoria was there for me of watching these
Mm-hmm.
three or listening to these three start working together, like gears in a machine. Like, it was
Oh,
just
here's in a
so good.
machine.
They were working together. It was so good.
I do have to sometimes, especially early season one stuff, I do occasionally have to be like, okay, the plot of this might not make sense. And that's
Yeah, you
not
gotta accept
really
that.
why I'm listening. I'm
Yeah,
listening for the gays
yeah,
and the mental illness representation.
yes.
Sometimes, if the teleporter doesn't make sense, the teleporter doesn't make sense.
That's I love that as a nice like catch-all phrase. Sometimes the teleporter doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Like that's
sometimes it
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, and that's like I always say, people come for the plot and then stay for the characters. It's just what matters is what's happening to those guys, and by God, is a lot happening.
Ooh, yeah.
Where do we
Yep.
even start with that? God.
So I made a 3 columned page of notes. I
Nice.
think it might be helpful to think about this episode in terms of the 3 characters that it focuses on, with some asides about others.
Sounds great.
Okay, who do you want to start with? Which of our trio?
Oh,
Which our
don't put it on me. I can't pick.
What if we
Oh
start
God.
with Juno and end with Nureyev?
That sounds good. Okay, so Juno. Oh, or how do you feel about the fact that they didn't mention the Theobots?
I thought it was pretty well alluded to subtextually.
Yeah.
This was a huge ass backslide for Juno.
Oh my
Like,
God, yeah.
these quips got dark. He was resigned at least to the possibility of dying. This was not a good day for Juno overall.
No, it really comes back to, I think I've mentioned on this fan podcast before that you
Oh
once
man, I can't
pointed
hear
out
you.
to me. Oh, am I back?
Hello? Sorry, listeners. Quick technical difficulty.
It's fine, but you pointed out to me a while ago that Juno, a lot of his humor came from self-deprecation, so it was wild hearing that again.
Oh god, I know. I was just like, Juno, buddy,
Yeah, whoa, whoa,
what's
whoa.
happening? Ah,
God.
yeah. But I do think that it was interesting that he was still able to be majority of the time nice to Rita.
Yeah.
I think that still shows growth. That anger at himself is he's still capable of trying to make other people feel better.
Yeah, and he was able to kind of snap out of at least some of it
Yeah.
upon hearing. I don't think he was in the headspace to be hearing himself. But once like Nureyev did the same thing that he was doing by harping on Rita, then I think he was able to hear himself and realize that he needed to stop. So that was nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't. I'm glad that they didn't. They didn't make Juno's recovery 100% linear. I was a
Oh,
little
fuck
worried
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it's good that he had like some bad moments and caught himself.
I agree. And it wasn't a quick catch either, which I really enjoyed. Like,
Yeah.
he was in a really bad place for, I mean, you could even see him like falling into it. Like at the start of this two-parter, like he was in a pretty good place.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but then by the end of the first part, he was snappish and freaked out. And then we open with this episode, and he is in a really bad place.
Yeah.
So it was like, it wasn't just like a situation like in Shadows on the Ship where he would say something and then immediately realize, oh, I'm yelling. Oh, I'm nearly calling Vespa crazy. Like it took him a while.
Yeah. And I think that Rita will kind of take it. And it's
Yeah.
hard to change a habit with someone who doesn't challenge it.
Yeah.
But I do love the sibling dynamic of you can't be mean to her, only I can be mean to her.
Yeah. It's so good. Oh, and I think that was the turning point for me, at least from the two times I've listened, was when Juno said, well, maybe I shouldn't either. Like
You can't talk
paraphrasing.
to her like that. Well, you can. Well, I shouldn't.
Yeah. Took a little bit of arguing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess, you're right. You could just infer, like, from the context of the show that, yeah, of course, Juno's going to be having an especially rough time with this because of his history. So maybe it's another scenario that they're just kind of leaving it up to their audience to kind of film.
Yeah. I'm not sure that it would have added all that much to the plot of the episode for Juno to have a freak out over the Theas. And I think it was important that Rita not have to comfort him, really.
Because this is about her learning not to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it would have been weird. It was what I was just looking for was a acknowledgement, like not a necessarily having him have a panic attack, or maybe he had a panic attack, but a different like I don't know. I was just waiting for maybe Rita to just be like, now I know you haven't had like now I know Mr. Steele hadn't had the best time with robots or something like that. Like just one throwaway line that kind of established that Rita remembered that Juno had gone through this and like but I guess I can just it's another I always that always is a really hard question for me is the narrative am I asking the narrative to hold my hand? Like do I just
Yeah.
need to yeah, is it babying me by would it be babying me if it did that and stopped and was like, yes, we as a show are aware that this happened to this character.
Yeah. I do think that this season the creators are trying a little harder to not spoon feed us.
Yeah.
So, I really loved that Juno defended Rita when she was getting overwhelmed. Like, Ransom wanted an answer right now, and Juno was like, "You're not gonna get what you want if you keep talking. If you like overwhelm her."
So good.
Good.
Oh,
At
and
one point,
here oh
like
I was
comforting a small child.
just I was just going to say, I was saying you can't tell me that because I've wondered that as I was writing. I was like, do I do it? Do I have Juno shushing someone? Would Juno ever do that? And I was like, I don't know, feel
Yes, you've been vindicated. Wow.
Cabert has given me everything. I think all my I think I melted like hearing Juno.
Yeah.
Like, shush, Rita. It was the sweetest thing.
It really was. It really was. And they work so well together.
They do. Oh, God.
They really do. Now I want to like re-listen to the end of season 2 just because it was so good.
Yeah, wow. That was. Oh, boy. They've known each other a long time.
It's true. Um, Juno carried Peter. That was great.
I
Love
love that you could hear it.
it. 10 of 10. Oh, and they tried to kiss as robots.
Oh my God, that was what that was?
I think so.
I thought it was like Rita like shocking them or something. Like I said, but
Well, we'll see when the script comes out, but I'm
that is,
pretty sure that they tried to kiss, forgot they were robots.
they are such morons. Oh my God.
Terrible. This episode really just proved that no one has the brain cell.
It's incredible. Wow. And
Actually, I wonder if you could trace through the plot who has the brain cell.
have a little graph.
I think you probably could.
Yeah, you really could.
Nureyev has it.
Yeah, yeah, and then it's gone. It's gone. Say.
Okay, we should talk Rita before we talk Nureyev.
Okay, yes. And really quick, I do want to say, too, it's great seeing how much Vespa and Juno's relationship has evolved.
Yeah.
Where they really are that sibling dynamic now. It was great hearing them be bickering while Nureyev was laughing. It was just perfect.
Yeah, no, they were having fun. Like,
yeah.
I'll use your skin as a tuxedo. Are you crying? Are you laughing? And Juno's like, no.
They're so great. Oh God, I love them. Okay, but yeah, Rita. What?
The wedding.
I know, wedding. You know, that's how the season is gonna end, with a space wedding. I'm calling it now.
Oh my God. Buddy sounded so happy.
She did. Hearing her laugh, I think, added 20 years to my lifespan.
What do you think about that resolution happening off screen?
It is. Listen, I think I know that we've talked about this before, but I'd love to revisit this question with you of, is that a good idea? Because, like, personally, it's like at a certain point, you do, I think, a lot of the time, like, you don't have to go by certain rules. Like, you can throw those rules out the window, but it is incredibly satisfying, it seems to me, for your audience to show conclusions on screen, like resolutions. And so I could understand, like, we only got part of it with Juno and Nerea, but we still got part of it. Mm-hmm. Like, we didn't really need to hear the thing, maybe. But this was, like, there's no, like, I think this was straight up a resolution that we didn't get to hear. And that's kind of a bold, and also, I think it's a bit odd.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely strange. But weirdly enough, I still feel more upset about not hearing Juno and Peter figuring their shit out.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but my brain is like, yes, Buddy and Vespa deserve their privacy. Like, these are fictional characters. I don't know what I'm thinking, but, like...
You're valid.
I'm just like, yes, they're allowed to resolve things off screen if they find it more dignified.
Oh, God.
I'm glad it got resolved, and I think that the compromise is a good compromise that sets up some interesting ideas for season 4.
Yeah.
In terms of, okay, so there's probably no crime family next season. So the format's going to change again.
Oh man, yeah, because we've talked about what they would do. Yeah, maybe it seems a little strange, but maybe they will choose to go on without Buddy and Vespa.
Maybe.
Yeah. But
That's
that is, yeah. Yeah, that is strange for them to, it's, yeah, like, cool, let's see what happens. I'm pumped to see where the story goes, but yeah, that really did rub me the wrong way.
yeah.
Just, yeah, because I mean, it's just, that's something that I've learned to be wary of because I tend to fall into shows that have conflict resolution issues. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know why. I've
Oh
just
no.
gotten unlucky. Yeah. Where like they get to I don't know, they get to the climax and then like they kind of just chop off the denouement and just like don't get to it. And I'm
Yeah.
so like I just because it's like, oh, that's not important. But just personally, I love just stewing in the fallout of a
Me
situation.
too.
Yeah,
I
I
want
just
feelings.
yeah, I want like the characters to be like, okay, this big event happened. Let's just sit down and like really hash this out. And so having them cut to like, oh, it's over now. It's like, what? What do you mean it's over?
But this show has always lingered in that emotional fallout.
Yeah, so like why
So
now?
strange now to have it go the opposite direction and have things resolved off screen. Like, I guess we have more characters to resolve, which
Yeah.
is, has logistical constraints.
Yeah.
But it's still like, I've always been able to trust that this show knows what the characters are feeling and cares what the characters are feeling.
Yes, I love yes, that exactly.
So, and I don't know that, I don't know if that works then in this context, because, like, I do think the narrative, like, was was carefully constructed around this sort of compromise. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know how I
Like
feel about
I know that they like I know that they care, but like even knowing that, like the fact that they have and knowing their creative constraints, it's true that the final product there is a camera and it is pointed at certain things, and by pointing at certain things, it is giving more weight to those things.
it.
So it's just, and I mean, I think that the community is feeling this kind of. I can't say they're feeling a similar way, really, I guess, but I think I almost feel like they are, like because this whole conspiracy arose between after we made our
Yeah,
video, yeah, about a
simulation.
simulation. And I think that was coming from the fact that the fandom maybe like unconsciously was recognizing that the writing is a little bit different and the weight has been turned away in some ways from, I don't know, the old dynamics. I don't know, there's a shift. And I think maybe people aren't as on board as they think they are.
Yeah, I would. That's a good way to put it. I think that the priorities of the narrative are different with the different narrators. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's a
that's how
given.
that has to work.
Yeah.
But we're seeing so much more of a split narrative that we're spending less time with any one person, and a lot of the kind of luxurious exploring repercussions,
Yeah.
I think, is gone.
Yeah. So like the fandom is still going into, and I am too. I mean, I'm still going in with we talked about this, like my old expectations. And I think, yeah, it's just kind of, it's different. It's different now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And, like, that's okay. And you're allowed to like one over the other. That's
Yeah.
fine. Like, you can like or not like whatever you like or don't like. That is okay.
Yeah.
Um, but I thought that I think trying to take the narrative for what it is, I think this episode really worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not
Good.
trying to expect, every episode to be a monster's reflection.
Yeah.
I think for what it was really well done. I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, we got character growth and development, and we got intrigue.
Yes.
Intrigue.
Yeah.
That's a word.
Yeah, so I'm not too happy about the whole Buddy Vespa thing or what that says for the narrative at large, but in terms of this story, I agree. It was a blast, like on the whole.
It was. I
So
want I want Rita's Megabot theme like to play in my brain at all times. I love it so much.
I feel like I would never walk normally again
Oh
if
no.
that was playing in my head.
All
But do
right,
you want to
let's
get to
talk
Rita?
Rita, the
Yeah,
of the hour.
Jinx, yes.
All right. I really liked the overarching message.
Me fucking too. I am impressed, dude.
I don't know. The first time I listened, I was like, the point is that sometimes things just work out. I hate this. And then like going back and re-listening, I've listened an embarrassing number of times today, listeners. I made cupcakes. I had time. It was nice.
I don't think that's embarrassing. I think it's studious.
Studious. Yeah. So, but I think it works. It's like you do not and cannot. You do not have to, and you cannot solve every problem. You
No.
can't just make things better by yourself. That's not trusting people. That's not like giving them the tools they need.
Yeah.
That's just and it works so well with her relationship with Juno because she did just do things for Juno.
Yeah.
We talked about that some last week.
So yeah, no, I 5,000% agree. I love how you put that. It's also, I think there's trust in, the wider sort of universe to turn out okay. And
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like I think you can make a conscious choice to always expect the worst
Mm-hmm.
or to trust that sometimes things will just turn out.
It's cool that such an optimistic character like actually does kind of think that things are always going to turn out badly.
Oh, Rita.
I don't know. I think I think it was really masterfully done the way that they were like, this person tries to fix things. I don't know, like not everyone is going to have a tragic backstory that needs to be like carefully prized apart and
Yeah.
put on display like this character has a gritty backstory and issues TM. But Rita's a fixer, and being a fixer can mean really mistrusting the people around you.
Yes. And I really liked the line about how that's kind of selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've never thought of it that way. And it is. It is assuming that you know what the other person wants and that you are the only one who can fix it. And it's just very self-centered.
It is. It is. It's in a selfless way thinking the world revolves around you.
Yeah. So it's not helpful to anybody.
I think it can be helpful. I don't think it's healthy, but I
That
think
is
that you
true.
can solve a lot of problems.
No, that is very, you know what? That is very true. I shouldn't like blanket statement. That's not helpful.
No, in the long run, you are completely correct. I say this as
Well,
someone who really likes to fix things.
yeah, no, I love the feeling of fixing things. It is addictive. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
so
therapist,
Rita,
not a mind reader, Luna. You
yeah,
can't read people's minds. You're not a mind reader.
yeah, that thought is not helpful right now, and acting upon it would make things worse. So let's not do
Yeah.
that.
Sometimes you have to let people be upset. You have to let people fail. You have to let people work on their own shit.
Yeah, yeah, and it is an incredibly powerful thing to say to someone, I see that you are having a hard time, and I'm here, like basically. And that's like, you don't have to save that person. Sometimes you don't even have to help. Sometimes you can't. Like that's,
Yeah.
yeah, like I'm always shocked, really. I mean, I shouldn't be at this point, but really, Penumbra always manages, at least for me, to look at really difficult problems and
Mhm.
pull these nuggets of like maybe not advice, but sometimes advice. Like this felt very
Like
messagey.
advice.
Yeah. So like it's just these like beautiful resolutions or like even an acknowledgement that sometimes you can't resolve something. They just always manage to really I can't finish this thought.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Like they are really good at coming up with morals of like morals of stories that encapsulate a really specific bit of internal growth.
Yes, in the midst of a really fucking complicated problem, which I
Yeah.
think is just
And the
very
only other
admirable.
people who I have known to be able to do this are the mountain goats, which is Umbra has mountain goats energy.
And that is why. No, that makes so much sense,
That is why all
honestly.
my fics are named after mountain goats. You're all welcome.
I love it so much. Oh my god.
I have a Juno Steel playlist that's mostly mountain goats. If anyone's interested,
I am.
I'll send it to you.
I'm
It's
gonna put it in the description if you're comfortable with that. If you're
shit,
not, then
man.
because I want to hear it too.
Apparently, like artists can see the names of the playlists you make on Spotify. And I definitely made a playlist called CPTSD Feels with a Z.
Yeah.
And you know, I hope John Darnielle of the Mountain Goats is fine with that. I
Oh
really hope
god.
so.
I'm sure that he's fine. Even like, oh good, the song is like relatable, you know? There's like I'm a little like whenever I find a smaller artist and like put their music in a fandom playlist, I'm like, oh no, they're probably gonna get this notification. Like
They might
putting the
find out.
yeah, like the Narcissist Cookbook, I put that song into my Juno Steel playlist and I was like, oh no, they're probably going to see this.
There's
But that
nothing
is okay.
to do. We
What?
can't do anything about it.
No, we can't, except
I
just live
really
our lives
scared.
and listen to the mountain goats.
Listen to the mountain goats. They're great. They're amazing. I want a mountain goats tattoo. Um oh, Rita feels like she needs someone to keep her on track. Rita's much more self-aware than we thought.
Yeah. And like down on herself than I
Yeah.
thought she'd be.
Like she knows that the way her brain works is not the way everyone else's brain works. And
Oh.
that makes things more difficult for her in her life. But I think it's
Yeah.
an interesting reflection of how Rita feels like she needs Juno to keep her on track,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. Like that their relationship is more symbiotic. And of course, mention of Falco.
That's what I was just gonna ask you is what do you think Rita and what do you think Rita's relationship was with like Juno and Falco at the HCPD?
Honestly, like, do we have any indication that Falco like wasn't a great guy or great person?
Yeah. It seemed like he was or they were
Yeah.
yeah, they were like a good person from the way that Mick phrased it. Like
Yeah.
like that Juno thought that they were okay until Mick transferred. So
Yeah. Puck transferred away.
yeah.
I think that thinking about like Juno's potential past misdeeds, it's possible that Juno like drove them away with his behavior.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
No, there's so much confusion from that time.
Ugh. Bit by goddamn bit, we are gonna timeline it out. We are gonna make it work. You feed us scraps, we will put them together.
I swear to God.
Make a goddamn meal.
But you know, I really hadn't thought of that what Rita said indicates that it's more of a back and forth between them, which makes me really happy to hear. So
yeah, me too.
yeah, so thank you for pointing that out because now I feel a lot better about them.
Yeah. I see it now. I think that
Yeah.
Rita. likes to fix things, and working with Juno means that she's kept on track when her brain clearly wants to go in a million different directions all the time.
Yeah, it's really helpful to have someone who kind of helps you hone that energy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have I mean I don't have ADHD, but all of my family members do, my partner does, like most people in my life do have ADHD. And I found myself playing that role a lot of like these are amazing ideas, let's funnel.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. We got to put them in
pull
a
them over
direction.
here.
And I really like that being phrased in a good way because it is incredibly helpful. So, uh,
Yeah, I'm not shutting anything down, just like turn all this energy towards the thing.
yeah. So that's really good. God, this episode introduces a lot of really cool things.
Yeah, I think so. Um, oh, one other thing I wanted to talk about with Rita is good intentions are not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I think we get it. It's kind of the like photo negative of Juno. Like doing good things aren't it's never enough to make him good.
Yeah.
But with Rita, like doing like wanting to help people is not enough to excuse the methods she's using.
Yes. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's pretty great when she's able to say to Nereev, like, it doesn't really matter why I did, like, what I was thinking. Yeah, I
Why?
still did it. Yeah.
And that's true sometimes, you know? You can have the best intentions in the world and still fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, and it's not the end of the world, you know? You can
Yeah.
just own it. Yeah. And just move on right along. So that's like three major messages that like one, like you can't fix everything for everyone, nor should you really try. Two, you don't have to know everything because you have other people who can be, strong in that area, and then you can all work together. And C3, whatever. And you, wait, what's the one we were just talking about?
Oh no. Um, that good intentions don't
Yes,
excuse like the ends don't excuse the means.
thank you.
That's good. We love Rita. Rita went through some growth in this episode, and I'm very proud of her.
Me too. Oh my god.
But it killed me that they did the name reveal like 3 minutes into the episode.
That was insane.
I died.
I heard Nureyev and I kind of did the same thing that Nureyev did, where I was like, for a second, I was reaching for some yogurt and I was like, hum de dum de dum, and I kept reaching and then I was like, wait!
Thank you, Nerea.
It's like, oh my fucking god! Didn't you say that that's how it was? I think last time you were like, it's going to happen where she just says it and everybody.
Oh my god, the Luna is right button.
Luna's right button. This time I am going to add a sound effect. I'm hitting it now.
Luna is right.
Wow, I was right. That's amazing. I forgot I was right. Thank you, Rab.
You are right.
Right.
God. Oh, hearing.
So one of my neighbors is setting off fireworks. That's what that noise is. I live in Brooklyn. So this is definitely not a legal thing that's happening, but it is a thing that's happening.
Luna's in an active war zone as we talk about Penumbra. You know how it is.
No, I'm not in an active war zone. There's just a lot of fireworks happening. Yeah, so the name reveal. Poor Peter sounded like he was going to cry when Rita was just like, I looked him up.
He really did. What was I don't have my piece of paper with me. There was one line that he just sounded so heartbroken. I think my heart snapped in half like a little twig.
Out there?
Yes. Oh my god. Oh, that's like the one thing Peter owns. And it's just out there.
I do think it's interesting. I think we got confirmation that Buddy does not know who he is.
Yes. Which is a good thing for Peter, I think.
Yes. I think we can conclude she's suspicious.
Yes.
Like she is pretty sure he is tied to like some outer rim stuff at the end of the war.
Yeah.
So I feel like she could put it together, but I think the whole Buddy knew Mag and all that, I'm not sure that quite fits anymore.
Damn it.
I know. It would have been great, but because Buddy would hate Mag.
Yeah. Should we transition to talking about Peter, or you got any more notes about Rita?
No, let's do it, man. It's Peter time.
It's Peter time.
Boy. This asshole.
Oh my god.
Week obliterated.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, speaking of so I'm taking it that you're I won't guess your stance. What do you think he's planning?
There's the charitable and uncharitable options. Why don't you go first?
Okay. I am more in the camp of he's just it's hard because usually I can be like, well, narratively speaking, but like I can't because Penumbra likes to subvert things in a good way. But that just means I can't count on the narrative to do things. So normally I would say, well, he's going to at least like pretend to give over the things because that would make for a really good climax. Like, but also Penumbra is a wild card and does whatever it wants. So I'm like,
I've seen some Discord discussion that it might mirror Final Resting Place.
That's what happened. That is my one theory that I will stand by until I die. We will have mirror dialogue. I swear to God.
Rab's like, if it doesn't happen, I'm writing it myself.
Yeah. Fuck you all. Oh yeah, but that's, yeah.
Like I could really see Peter running away at the end of the season.
Yeah, yeah. It's just weird that he would, in his own head, like, well, I guess he didn't say he would stay. He just thought to himself that he wanted to stay, right?
Yeah, I think that's the line.
Yeah. So what in my mind I'm thinking, okay, so he's in a situation where he's so in debt that he promises to whoever has got this dirt on him, wait, I'm going to apply for this thing, I'm going to get this thing, and then God, there are so many options for I don't know what Peter's going to do. I agree that it would be that he could definitely run away at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I think the charitable interpretation is he's going to wait till they get the Cure Mother. After the Cure Mother, he's going to swipe all the stuff and run.
That would be great. I mean, then he wouldn't really be betraying them that much. Really?
Yeah. I think that it would still be hard. Like, I think that Buddy would still be pissed. Would have a really hard choice still. But I wonder if he could be talked out of it. I don't know. I don't know.
I think that would be, like, speaking of parallels, I think we do know that the Penumbra at least used to live parallels. I think they still do. But, like, it would be fun to come back to the conflict that Juno almost had to face in Shadows on the Ship of, like, choosing the rest of the crew or Peter.
Mm-hmm. That may be what happens. Like, you said you seem like you're now ready to run off through the stars with me. Like, come on, let's go.
Yeah. Oh, God, and he can't leave his family behind. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, no.
I know.
Okay, but how did okay, so the fact that Peter is surprised at the idea of Rita, who he knows is a amazingly skilled person, to the point that he was like in season 1, like, why didn't you have your secretary look into me? Like Like, I mean, granted, I guess at that point she would have had his name, but
Yeah.
like,
So I think the idea is like you shouldn't be able to trace Nureyev to his name. Once you
yeah,
have the name, you have all the information.
yeah. So that just says to me that the fact that these people that he's using his real name with these says that he already gave it to them freely because he was so shocked that someone could have found it without him doing that.
You think so?
I think so. It's just like otherwise it doesn't make sense to me that he would be like, "You found my real identity," or I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I could see it being like blackmail, and he may as well like use it with them because they already know it.
Yeah, I just wonder how they would have found out.
You know, Peter was on his own at 16. Peter making good decisions in his early 20s unsupervised. The chances of the chances of Peter never getting himself into shit alone and traumatized at 16, like, is very low.
Yeah, agreed.
And there's some we get some information in Man in Glass that something that he had someone in his past.
Yeah,
Uh, which makes sense. He's an adult man.
yeah.
Sorry about the fireworks, y'all.
It's okay.
So yeah, I think I don't know. It sounds kind of organized crime-y. Was that the vibe you got from the phone call?
Yeah, it did sound a little mobby to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rather than just like one person. Definitely I agree.
Yeah, it was something organized. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so frustrating because they gave us, I feel like, several different puzzle pieces with that ending.
Yeah.
Like they like you just pointed out, we know that there is structure in whatever like I don't know group Peter has gotten himself into trouble with.
Mm-hmm.
We know that they know his real name. I just like we're but we still don't have the pieces to put it together.
We're pretty sure. I think we can be pretty sure that he's being coerced. Like,
Yeah.
aside from the debt, which of course debt is coercive. Like, the way he was talking to them, it didn't sound like he was on board with whatever was happening.
Yeah. Also, I'm realizing belatedly that there wouldn't have been a way for Nureyev to bargain his way out of any situation with, I'll get on board and get these objects for you, because he didn't even remember what objects they were looking for.
Because he's a dummy.
Yeah, so maybe this is like you've been this could have been going on for a decade where he has this debt. I don't know.
But what's the debt for?
Yeah.
What's debt for, Rab? What did
Like,
this dumbass do?
it's like I said in Man in Glass, he went downstairs right after Juno left in season 1 and he just gambled everything away until he had
I don't know. I do think there's some compelling stuff about him getting mixed up with something really bad after Mag died,
Yeah.
That just makes sense to me on a lot of levels.
Yes.
But we don't know.
Yeah, it also says something maybe about potentially his the work that he did that was for free versus not for free.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe that elaborates a little bit on that pattern as to when he was able to do things for free. I do, or if maybe he wasn't doing them for free, but everything he got from it, or no, that wouldn't make sense. I'm just throwing shit out there like pasta onto a wall to see if it's done. I'm at the point where I'm like just spinning in circles.
You're valid, Rab. You're so valid. Yeah. How do you think Peter feels about? What do you think Peter wants at this point?
Well, it sounded like at the end of Man in Glass, he wanted to buy into this whole crime family thing, or at least he wanted to stick around for Juno. Like, so it seems to me that he wants to be able to be genuine and wants to be able to maybe have an identity, but like maybe I don't know, I saw some people theorizing that maybe he didn't even like care really about a lot of this, and I disagree, like especially from hearing him react to Rita these last two episodes. Says to me that he's not only hurting from the crew not liking him, but that he really appreciates it when someone other than Juno does trust him. So what do you think?
I think that he definitely got on board for debt-related reasons only.
Yeah.
I mean, how desperate do you have to be to put your ex on as a reference? Like, that's pretty desperate. It's just really
You are
fucking
so
desperate.
right. You are absolutely correct.
But I don't know. I wonder. I think I'm wondering what purpose it would serve for Peter to tell Juno about the debts.
Yeah.
Like, is there some level of Peter that wants Juno to figure out what's happening?
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. I don't know, though. Like, we don't know.
Didn't Juno say that it was like that Peter's excuse was that it was dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which, as we know, has never stopped Juno ever.
Yeah. Yeah, especially not when concerning people he loves. So. Yeah.
But I think it's important to keep track of who knows who Nureyev is.
Yes.
Like, we know. I mean, we know Buddy doesn't. We know Rita and Juno do. And we know that whoever holds the debts knows.
Yes.
I'm definitely of the opinion that Peter is at least mostly an unwilling participant in whatever scheme is happening right now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I do think that he wants to stay and he wants to be with Juno. But whoever has this debt, like, what is he afraid of? Because I feel like he could stab his way out of most things.
You're right, Luna. What could possibly, this is like a game, what could scare Peter Nureyev? I think you mentioned in one of our early episodes, maybe it's blackmail, like they've got someone that he cares about or something like that.
Maybe. But we don't really have any indication that there's anyone else in his life, and we, got an episode from his perspective.
Yeah. So it's just utterly, like, I guess.
Just file some shit away.
Yeah. If it was, it's funny because you'd think we would have heard of an organization, at least in passing. Like, I want to believe that it's one of the things that's already on the table. And so that just makes me think what organization is strong enough to scare Nureyev that we already know about. And the only thing I can come up with is Dark Matters, which doesn't really make sense. So so I don't know what kind of scary organization we already know about could possibly threaten Nureyev.
Yeah. I don't know, like, could be something tied to Brahma.
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, he mentioned friends in powerful places. Like, I don't know. Yeah. Well, I don't think we have enough information to even, like, really speculate.
It's true. And just, again, it's just kind of the only reason why it's like, it's so fun for me to talk about right now because I can feel it. I can just sense it. They're holding it out to us, Luna. They're like, they're keeping some things in the shadows. They're teasing us with it, and it's driving me crazy.
Yeah. It's gonna be so long till we get the next episode, and it's gonna be from Buddy's perspective, and I'm gonna die.
What are they gonna be doing? Oh my god. Question, how did they get all the pieces of the carte blanche onto the beach? Like, that is pretty funny.
Yeah. It seems... Okay, so here's kind of a random ass theory.
Yeah.
It's very meta.
Yeah.
So the whole, like, Deus Ex Machina, like God out of the machine.
Yeah.
So like something swoops in at the last second and kind of unrealistically saves everyone.
Yeah.
Is the ruby literally supposed to be a Deus Ex Machina?
Oh my god, that is so funny. Oh my god, it's a living... Oh, that's fantastic. I would love that. Oh, and the ruby, maybe the ruby's...
Right now.
You what?
It's the only thing that makes sense to me right now.
It's true. It's true. It's true. Ruby, please, I'm begging you, be a transformer.
Ruby is a transformer. We're calling it now. This is the official stance of the Penumbuddies podcast.
Oh no.
Ooh, can I talk about 2 really quick Dark Matters things before we go?
Oh my god, please. What are they?
Okay, so I think there was some ambiguity in a lot of things Agent G said. Also, I love Agent G as like, I love Agent G. Like,
yeah.
great antagonist. Big fan. So Dark Matters has no information on 2 members of the crew.
Yeah.
We can assume one is Rita, because they said that they didn't know if anyone had robotics experience.
Yeah.
Don't know who the other is. I don't know. It's probably Nureyev.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because it can't be Juno because they had a whole dossier, which I think is hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
Complete with, like,
Sasha Wire
Juno...
sat down and wrote out a bunch of shit. Terrible childhood best friend.
Oh my god, the list is just so fucking long. Oh, Jesus, that's great. So that,
Sasha writes down bullet points. Asshole.
Yeah, that's all it would be. So I guess that does leave Peter, because they already know about the Orinkos, quote unquote. So, and Buddy and Vespa, apparently, they were, fancy enough that they could clear a room with their names. So they were known.
Yeah, they're known people, and so is Jet.
Yeah. So that just leaves,
But then right afterwards, Agent G says we know they have 2 radicals with the potential for another.
Yeah, what did that mean?
What does that mean? What are they radical about? What's happening?
What the fuck is the next one, the Ruby?
Well, what's the radical position here?
Yeah.
Like, they're not trying to take down the solar government.
Oh my god. I mean, they are trying to get the Cure Mother, which would change life as they know it across the galaxy.
Yeah. But who are the 2 radicals? Is it Buddy and Vespa?
Oh my god.
Potential for another. I don't think that Juno can be described as a radical.
No. He's just, I bet Sasha wouldn't allow that.
Yeah, Sasha would be like, no.
Yeah.
He's a dying sex cop, like.
Yeah, that confusion is real for me, because I'm like, if it had been the potential for another, like, but what?
That's the 3rd radical? Like, is it Buddy and Vespa that are the 2? But they said to, like, get 2. They've already got 2 radicals, which makes me think that, I don't know. I'm confused.
Oh, I guess we'll have to wait to hear more about that too, whatever they're talking
so long.
About. It's interesting. Yeah, it's again we're getting more confirmation that Dark Matters desperately wants these characters alive, which is interesting.
I mean,
I wonder why.
I don't know. Like, well, I don't know. I don't know what the end goal is here.
And I guess we won't. It's all up in the air again.
But I would like it to be pointed out. I said it was Dark Matters and I was right.
Yes!
It's Dark Matters is coming into play this season, and I called it. But
You
also, where the
did.
fuck is Sasha?
Sasha, please. If you can hear this, I'm begging you. Just come home.
Sasha, please. That's the energy I need in my life.
But that's kind of it for me for this episode. I've covered really what I want to cover.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
All right.
All right.
Well,
y'all are great.
Yeah.
And we will get back to our backlog, and our next one is Train from Nowhere, which is fun as hell. I was the live show. It was great.
Lucky.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one soon, and it'll be great.
Yeah, I'm so pumped for that. And also just a huge thank you to the people who have been leaving comments in the descriptions. Yeah, like sometimes I can't get to them because I have this weird thing with comments where I could like some days I can reply and then others I'm like, oh my god. But
yeah, so I get that.
Yeah, but I love them. They are amazing. I read all of them, so thank you so much for your words.
Yes. Y'all are great.
And
we love you.
We love you.
Bye-bye.
Fare thee well, everybody. Bye.